Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. Thank you very much for the invitation to speak today for the World Alliance of Buddhists International Buddhist Forum or Global Buddhist Forum. And we're also commemorating the 54th anniversary of Prawat Dharmacharya or Dharmacharya Temple, and also the Maha or Magha Puja Day. And today we're going to talk about the Buddhism and its modern practices. And just before I do that, give a really short talk, I will recite some verses. I take refuge, or we take refuge until we're enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Through the positive potential we create by practicing the Dharma, may we soon attain enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May they be free from suffering and its causes. May they never be parted from the happiness beyond suffering. And may they abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment to the near, and aversion from the far. And we shall cause this. Great compassionate Buddha, please inspire us to be able to do so. And so, talking about the Buddhist, modern Buddhist practices. First of all, maybe I'll split it up into two bits. Okay, so obviously we have the ancient teachings, the Buddhist teachings from 2,600 years ago, as well as the commentaries of all the great masters throughout the ages. And of course, we have certain practices that go back to the Buddha's time and back many, many, many years, some other practices as well. And so obviously in the modern times, maybe we have certain outside way of practice related to the modern times. But of course, nothing has really changed. The Buddha's teachings, the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, the paramitas to be perfected, and so on and so forth. The Brahmavihara, in other words, the four immeasurables of compassion, loving kindness, empathetic joy, and equanimity, all remain the same. The practice is the same in that sense. The purpose is the same. Maybe throughout the different traditions, we have different ideas of what nirvana or what nirodha or what enlightenment is and how to achieve it, things like this. But actually, still we have the same purpose, to realize the goal of the practice, to realize what we call enlightenment. Then, of course, we have the techniques or the methods to be put into practice. For instance, the three higher trainings, the higher training in morality, sila, the higher training in meditation, whether we call dhyana or bhavana, and the higher training in wisdom, prajna. Okay, so, or insight, penetrative insight. These are the methods to be put into practice, but then again, we have to put them into practice. So we have the means, so we have the purpose, we have the methods, and then we have the means to actually practice. Because if we have this idea, this purpose, this goal, and then we have the methods that the Buddha taught to be able to achieve this goal, and then we don't practice, we will never achieve the goal. It's almost like we have a diamond, covered up with dirt, and we never look for it. Okay, so basically, these teachings and these practices have not changed. They may look like they've changed on the outside, but they actually haven't changed from the ancient times, to now. And so, of course, we can mention many other of the important and essential teachings and principles of the Buddha's teachings, but we don't have the time to go into all of those details, those aspects today. So maybe we can mention the modern things. Of course, we have different things from the time of the Buddha. The things that are the same, for instance, when it comes to our physical well-being, is we need to have food. Still the same thing, right? Maybe the foods have changed over time. Maybe there's more international cuisine now rather than just regional cuisines that we may be used to in the past. We have to have clean water to drink. We have to have some shelter, which includes clothes to help to keep us safe from the elements. And also we have to have sleep. And also, maybe I say here a little bit jokingly, but also have to go to the toilet. So these things, they have not changed. It's a lot of people think it has. Each generation, I think, thinks they are better than the previous generation. But actually, nothing really in this sense has changed at all. But of course, we have computers. For instance, we're able to do this forum today. And if I didn't have this laptop, for instance, then I couldn't participate in the forum with you. And so I'm very pleased that we have these modern things as well. And of course, we have modern transport and things like this to be able to get around. But all of these extra things really are conveniences. And the purpose really is secondary. What I mentioned, the purposes earlier is, to be able to purify our mind. This is primary. This is really, really essential and important. And of course, I mentioned just before the requisites, such as food and so on, to survive physically, these are essential. This computer here, to be able to get onto the internet and so on, to be able to do this online forum today, we have to have this type of thing. To be able to drive around, or to be able to get around, I should say, from maybe here to there, depending, the distance could be great, could be small. Maybe we need a car. Maybe we need access to trains, things like that. These are more modern. But the actual practice, we can do the online practice. We can have the practices in the temples, just like we used to do, but maybe different now. If there's, for instance, a very big temple, such as Dharmacharya temple, maybe you have some video screens around. If you have a really big puja, really big pit, and it's excellent. Maybe tens of thousands of people there, but they wouldn't be able to have access to seeing maybe the monks chanting, things like that, if it wasn't for the modern technology of having the big screens up and also having the microphones. The monks wouldn't be able to be heard, for instance. And so I think you can say marrying the ancient past, the ancient wisdom from the ancient masters, right back to the Buddha, and marrying that with the modern times. We have no choice, actually, because here and now it's what we have. We can't think, oh, I should have practiced in the past. That's already gone. We can't think, I'm going to practice in the future. Future never comes. So we practice here and now. This is what we have here and now. So with good intention, study the Dharma to the best of your ability. With the good intention, practice the Dharma to the best of your ability. Concentrate on whatever aspect of the Dharma it is that you are practicing at any given moment, and share the Dharma freely to the best of your ability. So I think I haven't looked at the clock, so hopefully I haven't gone over, but I think I'm pretty close to the right time I was asked to speak for. Look after yourselves, take good care. And just to finish off, I will do a dedication prayer. Due to this merit, may we soon attain the enlightened state of the Buddha, so that we may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their suffering. May the precious bodhicitta not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. And may the precious view of shunyata, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Thank you.